Hello there, it's me, Sari, here again, and today I'm here with a tutorial on how to make a card similar to this for the Wild Local Crafts, the Wild Bunch here on YouTube. My name is Sari, and let's get started. I have prepared a little bit here just to save us some time. I have die cut all of these pieces of paper out of a 300-gram watercoloring paper, just because I love the strength and the thickness of it, also the texture, and I think it makes beautiful card bases. They are sturdy and well, I just like the ivory white look on things. What I have done so far is I've cut a piece of paper to 12.5 by 25 centimeters. I haven't yet scored it or anything because I just want to be able to make this card without it actually going flat, because if I score it and open it too much it will go too flat, so I'm keeping the scoring bit a little to a later stage. What I did afterwards was I cut another piece of paper to 11.8 centimeters times 11.8. I put them together like this on a magnetic plate, and I die cut it with the Big Shot and a die from, I believe it's Quick Cuts. It actually went through both of the layers really easily, and I was surprised and happy to find that out. That helps me to put this in the proper place when I'm going to put the net behind. So let's do that then. I'm hoping I'll be able to use some of the edges of that net when I do the fastening here. I'm just using some 3D double-sided foam tape here, just to make it easy, but at the same time to give it some height. I do like it when there is something else going on than just the flatness. And I'm going to put this tape on both sides because I do want it to be risen. I do like these tape bits because they have this backing or peeling tape, and it makes it easy to just take away. And in this case I do have an edge here that I would like to make use of, and in that case I don't have to cut out as much of the net as I would have to if I were to put it in a different way. So this is what it looks like right now. And now I'm going to trim off the excess here. So with just one cut I'm actually ready to start putting on some more tape. Let's see if that is enough. I do like things to be easy. So let's see if I can put this in a good looking place. I might have to poke my head in a bit. I could also look at the frame that I'm actually getting around that piece, and it does look rather nice, and I do like the height, the thickness. So now it's time to do some scoring. Scoring. I need to take my score book out. And since I did make this measurement 12.5, I'm going to need a ruler to mark out the scoring place, and I'm thinking right about there. And if I make just a small pencil mark, I'll be able to erase that later, and I can just put it anywhere on this scoring board. And I think I'll just wait a little bit longer with the folding of the paper, actually, come to think of it. And let's see where I could go from here. I'm just going to put in my glue gun. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about it. It'll take me a couple of minutes. So let's continue. I could show you this one for now, because on this one I've actually used different things that I'm going to use on this one. So I have used some feathers here. This feather is from Magnolia and this feather is from Tim Holtz and Sussex. But for this card I'm thinking of using some foliage. I'm hoping you'll be able to see these. So they are from different brands, these also. So this is from Memory Box. It's a twig of sorts, berry twig I think. And then I've got two other leafy things here from Marianne Design. Two different sets I think. So there they are. Let's see if I'm able to glue them down. And since this one is pretty delicate, you know, it did actually cut through this 300 gram paper. I was amazed by that. And since I don't want that one to be flapping around everywhere, I'm thinking of placing it there. And perhaps I'll even go for that one there, and even keeping this one with those pieces that you were supposed to poke out. I'm actually going to leave them there, just because I thought that they gave me such a nice texture. And then I had an idea of actually putting a bit of lace here, so perhaps I ought to start with that. And this is some Guipure lace from Wild Orchid Crafts, and the code for that is MKX596. So it's a meter in that package, and I thought that it could be nice looking to have it there. I just have to bear in mind where I do put the glue down. And that is also a good reason for not scoring the card as yet, because if I'm just forgetting about that, the fact that I have scored it and everything, and I put glue down here, it actually goes through to the other side, and then I'm going to do some more work to just clean up the card really. So let's see if I could place that Guipure lace there. And then I'm thinking of using a wild rose, 30 millimeters in diameter. It's ivory colored. QVR 014 is the code for that. And you know, I do like these clean and simple cards, and I sort of late have become pretty fascinated by making these white on white cards. I really like that effect. And just to top things off, I'm thinking of putting perhaps a couple of rosebuds. I'm not sure if I'm going to go overboard here. And I'm just going to fasten the other like so. I'm thinking I'm not going to overdo this, but I'm just having them there. And if I'm going to use it, it's going to be called White Rosebuds. It's 4 millimeters, and GST 003, 4 millimeters is the code for that flower. So I'm sorry I have to wait a little bit about that. I could talk to you about the stamp that I might use. I have stamped something here with a stamp from Wilda Stamps, Time Flies, and to accompany that butterfly I die cut a butterfly with a die from Cherry Lynn. It's small exotic butterflies, and there are 3 of them in a package, and they cut beautifully through this thick piece of paper. So good dies there, I must say. I also had an in-between thought of actually using die-cut letters. First off, I thought I could use these singular letters as they are, but since I am a bit clumsy, I thought that it could be a pretty hard job to actually glue them down without the glue showing too much. I do love this font though, Tickled Pink it's called, and they come from Diversions. And then I thought that perhaps I could use the block tiles then, the negative space for the letters, and I could just glue them down on that lace or something. So I haven't really figured what to do yet. So you have to bear with me for this one. Let's see if I can put some glue down here then. Yes, it works. I love my glue gun, I do. Because it's easy to work with, even though the threads might be a bit of a hassle, a nuisance. But mostly you can just take them away using your embossing or heat tool. And for this one, well, it did want to get stuck there, so I have to settle for that, I suppose. So let's see if I could start off with this one. I'm thinking that I do want a bit of glue perhaps under one or two of the points here. Sorry for this being white on white, perhaps you won't see that much of this tutorial. But you know, I'm just going to try to get some glue, and you know, the threads are really giving me a hard time right now. But as I told you, I'm hoping I'll be able to take them away with my heat gun. Let's see where I put that one. I'm not sure the cord is going to be long enough. But the heat makes them disappear. It does. Mostly. And the heat also makes the glue melt again. So you actually need to reassemble it, put it in the same place again, because if you heat it too much, it will just dissolve, I suppose. So let's see, I did have a thought in mind with this one. I could also trim this to size, and I'm just going to eyeball it really. Just keeping the scissors in a straight line. It's not always easy, is it? And let's see if I can go with this one. And well, if you could see me now, you could see that I'm actually closing one eye to help me out, not to be distracted by too much information that my eye is seeing right now. And now I'm going to make a banner end to this. I'm just going to make a snip to the end like there in the center. And then I'm going to cut out some triangles. And there we go with the banner. Oh, yeah, it didn't come out perfectly now, did it? So I suppose I could better this off by doing like this. I could give it another go. Hoping I'll get a better result. I could be happy with that. And I do like the things to be a little bit wonky. And by doing it like this, I actually get some place to fasten this one with. I get a spot here and I get a spot there. So let's see if I were to put this one here, because I need to think about where everything will end up. So if I'm going to put that one there, it seems like I would have to put that one there first. Otherwise, I think it's going to be too bulky. So if I'm going to put that one there, and I could put that one there. Let's see, with the rose here, would it be too much? I'm not sure. You know, sometimes I like to try things out, even though I'm a little bit afraid of making a mistake. And since this one is so far in the center, it is going to give me a hard time, I'm sure. I'd be better off hiding it. I don't want to hide it now, do I? So perhaps I should just keep it simple then, with that rose there and that sprig there. Time flies, and I'm not sure even if I'm going to put that butterfly anywhere. Should I put these down here then? You know, it might be a little bit too much for my taste. I'm a bit of a chicken that way, I must say. I do adore people putting on lots of stuff on their layouts and cards and everything, but I just have a hard time making it myself, even though I set out on copying somebody's work. I never really get there. So, in order to actually not hide the stamp too much, I'm thinking of perhaps I could cut that, you know, I'm not sure. Should I cut it off or should I just leave it? Because otherwise it would look funny if it didn't have its stem there. You know, I think this might work, but I might actually just keep it under there to give it some extra strength and at the same time actually showcase it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a really good dab of glue here. And I'm just going to press it until it's secured. And for this one, you know, I would like to make it this into a cluster of sorts. Should I put it there? And then I need to find a spot where to glue it. Can you actually see it there? Or should I put it somewhere else just to give this a sort of a sane look? Or should I put it there? I'm not sure. And if I'm not sure, perhaps I ought to leave it as it is. You know, I think I might just think about it for a second while I'm doing this. I'm not sure if I did this either. I haven't done it now, have I? Yeah, I did. I did do that bit, but now I'm into trouble because I can't. If I had had that board line just a little bit out of place as I do now, you know, I never seem to get it right. Had I done this before, I could actually have put the card down, face down. But now that I have those flowers and everything there, I can't, so I have to press it myself like this and hope for the best and hope that I can come in later like this and press it down like so. You know, I do like it as it is right now. It's an easy peasy card really, I must say, but I like it. And if I'm going to share with you the net, I think this one is called Diamond something. Let's see if I can find it. It's from Memory Box anyway. It's called Diamond Background, and it is this beautiful die that you actually can put in the background like so. And just with a couple of blings, rhinestones there, you could actually make a really nice looking card. For this one I have used another stamp from Velda Stamps, Carpe Diem. Seize the day, fånga dagen in Swedish. So what I'm thinking about right now is, how on earth are you going to put a sentiment on the inside of this card? Because I like it when it's white like this, but let's see. It could also be nice looking to have a black center there now, wouldn't it? Then it would absolutely pick out the frameness more. And let's say I were to have this opening here, I have to do something with these, I see. And but there is still the factor that if I'm going to do some stamping on this, or should I make a hidden message in here somehow, I have to figure that one out still. I haven't done so. I just thought I'd melt these away. And then I'm not sure if I ought to do something about this sprig being here, but I'm hoping it'll stay in its place. So time flies. It could be a card to somebody that I haven't seen in a while. You know, perhaps it wouldn't be too bad an idea to have a butterfly here somewhere. Now I'm thinking, should I actually cover a piece of the butterfly up to make it more interesting? Or should I just leave it up there? Or would it be too cluttered? That's what I'm thinking. While I'm thinking that if I were to fasten it here, I would absolutely have a nice line there that I could use. Not to create too much busyness up here. You know, I think I'll just go for that idea. Even though I'm not going to use the line to glue on, I'm just going to use it as a guideline where to put this and how to put it and how to angle it really. Do you see what I mean? So here's an up-close look. I hope you have seen something out of this tutorial anyway. And here's the other one, the first one. And I must give credit to the fantastic girls on the internet and Pinterest and everything, because I have seen cards similar to this, and I thought I just have to give it a go. Let's see if I can get any of the excess away there, if there's anything I can do about it. Perhaps not. I'm sure you could go on putting on a couple of rhinestones there if you had any, because I think that mine ran out making that one. But a couple of rhinestones or perhaps half pearls could do the trick. I do have some beautiful half pearls here from Wild Orchid Crafts. They're a bit big, of course. I might have some smaller ones. Here's my stash of Wild Orchid Crafts decorations. Here are some nice looking half pearls. It's a shame I didn't think about ordering silvery ones. But I might go for this set. And this set is called White Self-Adhesive Pearls 3mm. And the code is MKX506. So if I were to put just a couple of them on that butterfly, and I'm remembering to keep the card closed rather than opening it up flat, because I have learned from my mistake. I did make a card, or attempt to make a card like this, but then I had opened it too much and it just didn't stay in its place now, did it? So here we are. Time flies, it sure does. I hope you have a splendid time and are inspired to make something similar to this. I'm going to sign off right now. Bye bye.